And I used to be an actor in community theater.
Hi, I'm Mike and welcome to Scoutadelic, the YouTube channel dedicated to scouting. Now, lockdown, we all know about that. We also know about pandemics and coronavirus. Part of the world is reopening, some places are shutting down again. Scouting is going face to face as well as still going online. There's a mixture of both the indoors and the outdoors, which now should be really called the Scoutdoors. We'll do it both indoors and outdoors, it doesn't matter where we do it, and that's what scouting's about changing what we do, and it doesn't matter where we do it as long as we all have fun. So that's the theme of this month, Scoutdoors, indoors or outdoors, wherever you are in the world. But I think I need a new co-host and someone that's a boot in maybe Canada. Let's see who we've got this month.
All right, here we go. Hi, I'm Matt. And I used to be an actor in community theater. Hi, I'm Matt. I'm the skipper of the 403rd Toronto Sea Scouts, and this is my 60-second scouter.
Thing you've missed in scouting since lockdown?
I miss the scouts, is I think what it really breaks down to.
What's the first thing you're going to do out of lockdown?
Go for a hike, ideally with the scouts, but go for a proper hike.
Best skill you've learned with scouts?
Would be weirdly first aid.
What made you want to be a scout then?
I got into scouts as a cub. My older brother had been in Beavers and Cubs and Scouts, and it looked like a lot of fun. And my dad, I think, had been involved with it, and it was just, that was sort of a thing that I just sort of did.
What's your favorite color and why?
I think my favorite color is blue, and it's always just kind of spoken to me like a very nice sky blue.
What does scouting mean to you?
Scouting is good fun and learning to help out my community and building great skills that last me a long time, even outside of camp.
Who inspires you?
I'm going to have to say astronaut Chris Hadfield inspires me.
So, 56 episodes now. I have learned I think I've learned everything now. So it's going to be a struggle for you to teach me something new now. I know for a fact you are. So what skill are you going to teach me and the rest of everyone watching?
All right. I wanted to share a couple of things. Okay. 2 or 3 things from actually first aid that can come up both indoors, since we're all spending time indoors, and outdoors. Definitely stuff that can come up.
Goes with the theme of this month. You're really on the ball. So what are you going to teach us first then?
The first one is how to splint a broken finger.
Okay.
Because I mean, you can muck up a finger outdoors, kind of scrabbling up a rock. Might even just muck it up at home. I've broken toes stubbing them on very fixed objects. I mean, that being said, I'm not a doctor. This isn't medical advice.
This is your disclaimer part of the episode.
Little disclaimer.
I am not here. If I've got it wrong and you bleed, it's not my fault.
This is my opinion. This is not the opinion of Scoutadelic LLC. First aid is about bridging the gap between when you get hurt and when you see a doctor. So splinting a broken finger is useful. We'll do a sling a little bit later to protect an arm that's been hurt. Again, until you get to the doctor. For this,
so what do you need to do for a splint then?
For doing a finger, you just need tape.
Oh, okay.
Masking tape works.
Really? Like so?
Yeah, just like that. Just like that. Masking tape works. I've got some first aid tape here that I pulled out of my kit. Masking tape's great because it comes off really, really easy. You don't want to do this with something like duct tape because that's actually going to do more damage to your skin on the way off. So you want to get a couple of lengths, about 10 centimeters. Okay. About that long. All right. Yeah, no longer than that. This might be a little bit tricky, not doing this at the desk, but we'll try. So we'll say that I've broken my index finger here.
See, acting. I know, right?
Yeah. Ideally, you'd want to support this, probably have it down on a table, but for the purposes of demonstration. What you want to do is you want to take the broken bone and splint it to, or the broken finger and splint it to a good finger.
Right, okay.
In this case, I'm going to use this one in the middle. So you take your tape and you stick it to the good finger first on the far side of the break. So let's pretend that it's this part of the finger here that's broken. Okay. On the far side of the break. And then you wrap it around on one side and then on the other. Oh, right, okay. Not too tight. Tape's great for this. You're really unlikely to cut off circulation with tape. Really trying to protect that bone from moving. We're trying to set it in place. And then you get another length of tape, about the same length. And this one you put just below the break. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, again, starting with the good finger. Always starting with the good finger. Working around. And that'll hold everything in place until you can see a doctor, get it x-rayed, and they can put one of those proper metal finger splints on. There we are. Well, that's quite cool to know that you can just do like sort of masking tape or something like that. Hurt yourself at camp, just do one of these, and you'll be fine till the end of camp, or if a scouter brings you to A&E. Well, yeah, don't break that one as well, because then you'd have like the Vulcan. Well, you just tape it to, you break this one, you just tape it to the tape it to that, and then you got a permanent scout sign going. Hi. That's brilliant. That's ace. That's quite cool and quick to do. Yeah. Okay. It is. Like and then, all right. So I've recruited an assistant. This is my son Theo. Hello. He is just finishing his first year in Cub Scouts and his fourth year in scouting. I'll tell you now, Cub Scouts is the best. I know where my Cub Scouts are. Hello. He's also a junior youth spokesperson for Scouts Canada, in fact. Nice. Yeah. So, why? Right. Okay. So why did I have you and obviously not him? He sounds much more impressive than you are. I'm sorry to say. I'm just saying. Sorry. Next thing I wanted to share is how to make a sling out of a triangular bandage that every scout has with them at every event, ideally. Scout Radio is going to like me because I'm promoting them right now. Yeah. In my case, I'll pull my woggle off my scarf and just unroll this to make it as triangular as I can. Now, if you have to do this to yourself, there is a bit of a cheat where you tie the knot first, because you'll have a really hard time tying the knot with minus one arm. So let's say it's his left arm that's hurt. Yep. So we point the point to under the elbow, and then put the that side of it, the other end of it, just over the shoulder, and then take the other side over your neck. This is hard to do to yourself. The knot ends up being over the same shoulder as the hurt arm. Oh, right. So, okay. This is going to be... So that's your left arm. The knot should go on your left shoulder. So far, so good. So I'm going to tie the knot up here on him. And then with the extra material at the point, if you're able to, you might be able to, just twist it. And then if you're able... And I've tried this myself. I was not able, so don't worry too much. If you're able to, just kind of tuck it in under the point. So there we go. One arm slinged. So if you got kind of a break in this part of the arm, you also see this for a broken collarbone that just stays up there. And then that arm's not going to move around too much. again, on the way to A&E where you get it examined properly. And the great thing about the sling, the reason that you use a reef knot is, this is taught to me by the trainers. Reef knots collapse they capsize in a very predictable way. Because the reason the reef knot works is because usually you're loading both sides of the knot, both standing ends.
Yeah.
But if you apply load to the standing and working end of the same line, it capsizes and you can just take it right off, which is really good for this case, because if this arm's hurt, you don't want to be mucking about with it and bouncing that arm about. So what you can actually do, I'll turn Theo around so you can see. I can grab the this side here. It really helps that the scarf is two-tone. You can see it. So I'll grab the white front and the white end, and I can just tug on that, and the knot capsizes, and then I can just pull it out while he's supporting the arm.
No way.
And it just comes out. I never knew that about that knot. It makes it really great.
And miraculously, his arms are fine. It's like,
and his arm's fine, like magic. Last thing has to do with gloves.
Okay.
So I have my little kit here. Just a few self-adhesive bandages in there, and I keep a few gloves.
Yep.
So anytime you're doing first aid, you want to have gloves on. But the gloves aren't so much for your protection as they are for the person who's hurt.
Okay.
Because if they've got scrapes, if they've got cuts, you don't want to get any germs that are on your hands in their cuts. So gloves are about protecting your casualty and about avoiding cross-contamination. So you don't want to take germs from one person to another person. This is the same reason that in the hospital, doctors put on a brand new pair of gloves for every new patient. And it's the same reason when you go to Subway restaurants.
Yes.
They put on a new pair of gloves for every sandwich because they don't want to cross-contaminate from one to the next. So if you're going out while you're in lockdown, you have to go out to get groceries. And if you decide to wear gloves, when you leave the shop, take off the gloves and throw them out.
I know of many people who don't do that.
I've seen lots of people who don't do this. They've got gloves on. They've just been to the shop. They pull out their phone. They're scrolling around. And I think, you're doing it wrong. You treat the outside of the gloves as though they're contaminated as soon as you put them on, which I know I've heard about a lot of paramedics courses that when they're teaching glove safety, they dust the gloves with a special dye that reacts to your sweat.
Really?
And you get the students to put them on right away, kind of at the beginning of class, and leave them on. And as you're working in class and you're kind of bored and you're writing and you're doing that, and you're doing that, and you're just spreading the dye all over your face. Whoa. And then the first time you get up and go to the washroom and you look in the mirror and you've got purple all over the place, you go, and I was right about to do it. I touch my face a lot. Because we do touch our face a lot without even thinking about it.
Well, that's it. I think it's like, an itch. You automatically do it, and then you realize that you're doing it after
You've just been to the shop or you've just treated your person, and now you're all done, and it's time to get rid of the gloves.
I know this one.
Theo knows. Theo knows about taking off gloves too. Theo will be my judge and give me a thumbs up or thumbs down afterward if I do it right.
Okay.
All right. So watch carefully. So you take one glove and you pinch in the middle with the other hand and you pull it off. I got big hands and small gloves, so this is a little tricky. But you pull it off like that.
Right.
And then crumple it up in your hand.
Okay.
Okay. So now we have a contaminated glove inside of a contaminated glove.
Yep.
And that's fine. And then what you do with to get this one off is you hook your fingers underneath the glove, because the inside of the glove is clean.
Yeah.
And then you peel it off inside it. So it goes inside out, holding on to that other glove. And if you've done it right, you haven't touched the contaminated outside of the glove. And now all the germs are inside this little bundle. Roll it up carefully and throw it out. Straight in the bin.
Nice.
And we got a thumbs up from
I think that thumbs up was for me, to be fair. I'm just saying. I think it's mine.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So that's how you take care of gloves. You get a little bundle and all the germs are inside and it goes in the garbage.
Wow, that
bin.
is ace. So some of us are still in lockdown, some of us aren't. We've been doing still some amazing activities and scouting at home. So these are the photographs that you've been tweeting about, Facebooking and Instagramming last month.
Don't forget to upload pictures of what you've been getting up to this month, and you can tag Scoutadelic on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
So it's part of the show where we play a game of No Time to Think. So whilst we're in lockdown, we've been doing like sort of these types of things, and each month has been a little bit different. So far, I've tallied it up. I have won 3 this year, and my co-hosts have won 2, which means if you win, you level peg. If I win, I am in the lead by 2, which makes me happy and obviously all my fans happy, because this is the first year that I can't draw with my co-hosts. So this is the one. This is the clincher. My 5th year is the one where I actually know whether I'm good or not. So I've got 5 things here. We've got 30 seconds each to name as many different things. However, obviously whoever goes first, the second person cannot repeat anything. So they've got to at least match the same number, if not higher. So hopefully the one that you choose, you might be rubbish at, but I might be amazing at, so I'll get more points and so on and so forth. Best out of 3. There are 5 of these, so if obviously we draw, we have got options. But if we get to 5, we're kind of struggling now. Okay. So as my co-hosts are losing at the moment, you go first.
Oh, the pressure's on.
But that means that you've got at least 30 seconds and you're not having to worry that I might have said some of them. So there's small wins in this. So you've got the option of 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
Let's do 4.
You're going to go with 4, which is this one, just so it looks like I'm not cheating at all. I'm going to put that in there. Okay. So you have
30 seconds to name as many.
30 seconds. 30 seconds to name as many wildlife in the woods.
Wildlife in the woods. I want to say Arctic fox, a bat, rabbit, coyote. Oh dear. Should I do blanket birds, or can I start naming like cardinal, blue jay, crow, raven? I like birds. There are grackles out there. What else have I seen? Ducks. I really like birds. 5. Oh no! I'm blanking under the pressure, and that's time.
That's time. Now, I don't know how many birds you actually quoted. I tried writing, and then you just went
boom, 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 boom.
So I know that you went Arctic fox, bat, rabbit, coyote, a blue jay.
Blue jay.
Blue jay. Oh, that makes
Although that
sense.
reminds me that there is also a gray jay.
I'm sure you didn't say that.
I didn't.
And I think you said about 2 or 3 more. So I'll give you 3 more. And then you went ducks. And then you were like, oh.
Yeah, and then just gone.
Yeah. So
I think I had rabbit in there. Yeah.
So just to check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I say you've got 9 there.
Fine. Okay.
So I cannot name any of those, which is great because you didn't go with the ones that I want, and I need to go for more than 9. Okay, so my 30 seconds are, I don't think you can even see that.
My
30 seconds are there. Are you ready? Go. A bear, a squirrel, a fox, a normal fox, a hare is different to a rabbit, an owl, an eagle, a a snake, a vole, a badger, and a beaver. And no, right. And my time is still not going. And there's my time is done.
All right, well
so,
done.
I think I got 11 there, something like that.
Yeah, 10.
Well, I beat 9.
You beat me.
Now then, because I know what these are, it's unfair of me to obviously choose my own. So you need to pick one.
Let's do 2.
Number 2. So I'm going to put number 2 there, so I can't see it at this moment in time, just to make sure. There we are. There. You're putting it like that, and then like that. Right. Okay. So 30 seconds. As many different scouting activities. Climbing, archery, rifle shooting, swimming, scuba diving, abseiling, zorbing, bouldering. I said climbing, didn't I? Archery, rifle shooting, campfiring. Then having a campfire activities. That's me. So I'm trusting you.
All right, so I got climbing, archery, riflery, swimming, scuba diving, abseiling. After abseiling, between abseiling and bouldering, and then campfire.
I'll take whatever you said. Yeah, I'll go with that. How many is that?
9.
Oh, it's almost like it's like deja vu. Right, so you've got 30 seconds whenever you start your timer.
As many scout activities,
and you can't rename the ones that I've just.
And I can't use any of these. That's unfortunate because my scouts really liked riflery last summer. As many activities as I can, starting with orienteering, hiking, canoeing, kayaking, regular sailing.
Oh, okay.
I did say hiking already, didn't I?
You did.
Stargazing.
Oh, okay.
First aid training, first aid practice. Oh no, 2 seconds, no! Oh, that's 2 in the bag for you.
Happy with that. Happy with that. Do you want to know what you missed out on?
Yes. What could I have picked?
You could have picked these. If one of these is name as many types of birds, you'd be like, "This isn't fair." I could have done that. Name as many things you'd pack for camp.
Okay.
Name as many campfire songs.
I would have been rubbish at that.
I'm all right. I'm on par. Though then again, there's about 50 campfire songs on my website. I don't know half of them. And name as many things associated with scouting. I was like, when I wrote that down, I was like, you could
be tricky.
Hey, I won.
Well done.
Which means that now I am 2 in the lead.
Yeah.
And my co-hosts.
Whoever comes after me needs to defend our collective honor.
Do it. So when I started lockdown, every single one of them I lost until last month. So I'm actually slightly glad that out of 4 lockdown episodes, I'm 2 for 2. So that's not bad. I think that's not bad. Right then. Okay. So then.
So that's the end of our show.
Don't forget to click subscribe and give this video a like and a share.
And by participating, you can get one of these great badges.
Ooh, look at them. They're quite cool, aren't they? And also a big shout out to our patrons, which are Heather Lewington, Irvin Willis, Joseph Heller, Laura Driscoll Green, Marcus Coulson, Mark Price, Martin Steers, Percy Gallagher, Rob Minter, Sarah Cox, and Will Bedford. And the rest of you who obviously get to see most of these, the content for this month, visit our Patreon page. The links are below.
And above all, be a little Scoutadelic.
Goodbye.